Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, PSA 27 cards, PSA reveal today. This is all non-sport, all very low pop stuff. So, all right, let's get into it. First up, let's do a 1978 Topps Grease. John Travolta here as Danny. Okay. Very nice card there. This is a PSA 8. Very, very nice copy there. Very low pop card. Most of these are going to be for sale. I'll have the eBay store link in the description of this video. Everything's already priced over there, listed, all that type of thing. So if you see any cards you like today, definitely go check them out. I will also call out the cards that I plan on keeping as we go along here. But 1978 Grease Danny there. All right, 1991. This is the Peanuts preview set. Here we have a PSA 8 for Snoopy. Very nice card there. Show you the back. All right. Next up, 1978 Swedish The Muppet Show. This is a cool one here. We have Dr. Bob. PSA 9. Very impressive grade for one of these. Love these. They've kind of made the holders a little bit nicer too, with those plastic inserts. So looks very, very good here. Dr. Bob, the 1978 Muppets, PSA 9, blank back there. Okay. Next up, back to Grease, 1978. This is card number 1 in the set, the best card in the set. We have Danny and Sandy there. Olivia Newton-John, John Travolta. And this is a PSA 7. So very, very nice copy here. Back of the card. Okay. All right. 1991, back to Charlie Brown. This is one of my favorite cards in the set. This is the Psychiatric Booth, and this is a PSA 9, so very good copy here. I have gotten a 10 on this once, I believe, but yeah, these are tough with the centering, the thin borders. Not a super easy card to grade, even though it's from the 90s, but that's a good one there. Very iconic imagery. Lucy and Charlie Brown there. Okay. Next up, back to Muppets 1978. Here we have Sam the Eagle. Sam the Eagle there. This is another PSA 9. So very impressive grade there. Very sharp card. PSA 9 on Sam the Eagle. Okay. All right. Charlie Brown here, 1991. This is a PSA 9. So very cool. This might be my favorite card in the set. I love Charlie Brown. I think that's a great image there with him stuck in the tree. PSA 9 there on Charlie Brown. Show you the back there. Okay. Back to Grease. Another copy of card number 1 here. Danny and Sandy. This is a PSA 6. So another respectable copy there. Card number 1 in the set. Centering's always tough on these. Okay. Another grease card here, and this is one that I'm keeping for myself. I already have a copy of this, but it's a PSA 5, so I was really happy to get this one. This is the Series 2 Coolest of the Cool for Danny there, and this is a PSA 8, so upgrading from a 5 to an 8, threw my 5 up on eBay, but I just think this is one of the best looking cards in Series 2. Just a really cool image there of Travolta, Danny Zuko. Very, very clean card, so really, really stoked on this copy. Really, really happy with that. I think this is a just tremendous card in great condition too. So that one will stay in the collection. Put the PC pile there. All right, here's a big one. Back to the Muppets. 1978 Muppet Show again. This is wild here. This is the first time this has ever happened for me anyway. I've graded a lot of these, but we've got Sweetums here, another obscure character. But what's cool about this is my first time ever getting a PSA 10 on one of these 1978 Muppet cards. Really, really tough, but sharp card, perfectly centered, sharp corners. Very, very cool. Yeah, I was just so excited to see that 10 come up. Just the novelty of it. It's never happened before, and yeah, I don't know. I've gotten a few 9s, and those are hard enough to get, but getting a 10 was pretty wild. There's actually only been 4 10s ever graded from this set, so not just of this card, but just across the entire set. There's only been 4 PSA 10s if you check the pop report. So really, really happy about that. I'm probably going to sell this card just because I'm not building like a collection of these for myself, but I wouldn't mind holding on to it just because I think it's pretty cool to get a 10 on one of these. But so yeah, we'll put this kind of in the more of the hybrid pile, the maybe we'll stay, maybe we'll go type stuff. So all right, another Charlie Brown here. 1991, another copy of the Charlie Brown card, and this one got an 8. So I sent 2 of these, got 1 9 and 1 8. So 2 nice copies there. Those will both be for sale. South Park, 1998 comic images. Here we've got Cartman. And this is a PSA 5. I knew this was going to be a disaster. There's like a mark there on his face. I don't know if that's ink or I assume it is, but I just threw it in there anyway. I figured I could sell it raw for like $1, or I could just, put it in a case and see what happens. So if you want a cheap Cartman card, here you go. The backs of these are pretty nice. Pretty cool. So, and then we got another one here. We got Mr. Mackey. I had a little bit more hope for this one. It came back okay. Here's the Mr. Mackey card. This came back a PSA 8 on Mr. Mackey. So I'm going to sell that one too, but just threw those in there. Nothing crazy. I know there's some people that like these. It's kind of a neat set, the first South Park cards or whatever, so pretty cool. All right, back to Grease. Another Travolta here. All right. John Travolta as Danny, and this one got a 7. So we got a 7 and an 8 on these two. And those will both be for sale for Danny there. Here's the sticker for Danny and Sandy, and I might keep the. I actually have 2 of these, and they're both PSA 5s. I have the other 5, I believe, listed on eBay, but this is actually a pretty clean copy here, nicely centered. It's got a little bit of a corner issue up there on the left, but this is a pretty good looking copy. So until I get another one of these, I might hold on to this. We'll wait and see, but yeah, this is a nice one here. These are just blank on the back, but the stickers are tough because a lot of times you'll get the gum stains and that type of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the hybrid pile for now. And yeah, we'll keep that over there because that's definitely a maybe hold. Back to Charlie Brown here. This is the Great Pumpkin card. This is one of my favorites too, and this got a PSA 8. So I think the highest I've ever got on this is a 9. I did get a 9 one time, I believe, but we got an 8 here for Linus and the Great Pumpkin. So that's it. Available on eBay now. Another psychiatric booth here. All right, and this one got an 8. So we got an 8 and a 9 on these two. Very cool. All right, back to the Muppets here. We've got Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem. So very, very cool looking card here. Very bright and colorful. You see animal there in the background. You got, I think that's Zoot, I believe. I don't know if that's right or not, but this one got a 6. So PSA 6 on this one. And this will be available on eBay, but that's a really attractive card with all the color. Again, just blank back. So, all right, here's a big card. This one's definitely going in the PC pile. 1988 Topps Fright Flicks. So this set features characters and images from a variety of 80s horror movies. And obviously this is from Ghostbusters, the Marshmallow Man, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. This is the, I'm working on another project related to this, but this is the only Marshmallow Man card from that time period. There's some like newer stuff or whatever, but yeah, and there was actually not an entire set dedicated to the first Ghostbusters movie. There was for the second, but that makes this a very interesting card for me, just because this character is so iconic. That image is just tremendous, and there's not a lot of these, even raw, just out there. I think this is a pop 2, and I think there is a 10. But yeah, I was super stoked on this one to come back as a 9, and I'm definitely keeping this copy. I love this card. I had bought a couple raw copies on ComC a while back, and I've just had them sitting in my box for forever. And finally, I got them into a submission for that December special or whatever it was. And yeah, I was just so this might be one of my favorite non-sport cards that I have currently. The backs of these, you can see the Ghostbusters film there. A little bit confusing because on the side it says 1984 here, and that's in reference to the film or the studio date or whatever. But yeah, the set's from 1988, so super stoked on this card. That's a 9 there. That's definitely in the hold pile. Okay. Another hybrid here. I have this listed, but I think this is a cool card. I'm kind of thinking about holding it. So this is 1988 Topps Roger Rabbit, and this is the Jessica Rabbit sticker, and this came back a PSA 9. So very, very impressive grade on that. Clean card, nicely centered. I think this is a pop 2, if I remember right. Back is like a puzzle, I think. So yeah, I have this up on eBay. If somebody, gives me an offer that I like or whatever, I'll sell it, but I'm not gonna, I wouldn't be too upset about holding on to it. Just very clean, simple, nice, non-sport card. So PSA 9 there from the Roger Rabbit set. We'll put that in the hybrid pile, the potentially sell. Another Muppets card here, 1978. This is Rolf. I don't know how you pronounce that, but this got a PSA 7. So nice looking card there. That will that'll be for sale. But pretty cool, playing the keyboard, piano, organ, whatever you want to call it. How about Grease 2? I already have a copy of this, so I'm going to sell this one, but 1982. This is the Stephanie Zanoni, Michelle Pfeiffer, PSA 6. So very, very cool there. This one's for sale. My other copy I think looks a little bit nicer than this one. So I'm gonna hold that one, but this one will be sending off. The back of these does have some, this must have been Spanish. Yeah, Grease 2. This set features imagery from a variety of films and stuff like that from that era, so that one's for sale. Back to the Marshmallow Man. So I said I bought 2 copies. I did send them both. The other one got a 9. This one got a 7. So this one is for sale on eBay. I have this listed right now. I think there's an 8 listed on eBay, but I've got mine, I think I have my 7 pretty competitively priced relative to that 8. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I don't need a 9 and a 7, so I'll try to get some money back by selling this copy, but pretty clean. No real issues, maybe just a little worse centering. Surface looks good though. Pretty clean, so. All right, here's a big one. Okay, this is gonna be in the hybrid pile also. 1991, the Snoopy card, PSA 10. So super stoked on this. I think this is a pop 4. This is only like probably the 4th or so 10 that I've gotten on any of these cards, and I've probably graded 40 of these now, give or take. So I have this listed. I'll sell it if, you know, again, if I get a good price, but definitely not afraid to hold this one. Just stoked on a 10. Nice Snoopy there. So that one goes in the hybrid pile. Okay. This is another one here that probably another hybrid, but I'm probably leaning more towards keeping this one. This is very obscure. I'll be surprised if anybody knows who this is, but this is Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Woo Young Woo is the character. This is from a K-drama on Netflix called Extraordinary Attorney Woo. It's basically about a young lawyer who's autistic, and then just a bunch of, you know, adventures and stories, and you know, K-dramas, they're very long. They're usually like 12 or 16 episodes, but it was a really good show. Me and my girlfriend watched it together, really loved it, and I just saw this card randomly on eBay. A lot of the, like the Korean singers, like the groups like BTS, Blackpink, you know, those types, and then like all these shows, like with the actresses and the actors, they'll have like different like photo books or like little collectible, you know, DVD packages, and they'll include like a lot of these photo cards. So that's where you get these, but I think this is a pop 2, and I think there is a 10. So, and actually the back of this card is really cool. I don't know what it says. I could do like a Google translate, you know, image translation, but it's probably just about the show or whatever. But very cool card. Again, I'll probably, I don't know, I guess I could list it, but probably just hold on to it and just keep it as, you know, sort of just a random non-sport card that I have some sort of connection to from watching the show and all that type of thing, but pretty cool in there. And then 2 monsters here at the end. Put that in the maybe pile. 2 monsters here. We're going to close out with an absolute just huge card. 1996 classic McDonald's. Okay, I think you know where we're going with this if you follow me. This is Ronald and Grimace. Okay, this is the clear acetate cells, so obviously see-through cards there. Look at that imagery. And then we've got the PSA 10 on this one, so just absolutely just fired up about this. Bought these, I've had these probably for a while now, but these are just beautiful in the cases, man. I'll show you the back here. 1996, you got some, it says Ronald is all too familiar with Grimace's bumbling ways as his friendly purple pal steps on his foot. Very, very cool. The McDonald Land characters generally overlook Grimace's faux pas because he is so lovable. Just such a neat card, man. I think this is a pop 2, maybe a pop 1, I don't remember, but these look so clean in the cases. Like, just absolutely. This is one where you really got to make sure you don't get the case scratched up or anything. Like, this is like crystal clear right now. So don't use any of those perfect fit sleeves that are like too snug and you'll get all that smudging or whatever. You just got to keep these out and just, you know, not just make sure they don't get scratched up or anything like that. So that's in the hold pile. Save the best for last. This was like kind of a low key, like really good order, to be honest with you, with some big 10s and stuff, but even some big 9s too. But this is a monster. 1996 McDonald's Classics. You've seen this card before. You know I'm a Mets fan, a newly minted Mets fan of the Grimace. Originated out of the Grimace era of Mets baseball. So this card has been on a lot of adventures with me, a lot of photography sessions for social media, for Instagram stories, and that type of thing. So sent this off to PSA, and I was very, very, very happy to have a 10 come back. Just so stoked on this card, 1996. I like this one better, obviously, just because it's Grimace, you know, solo. You know, I prefer the solo cards relative to any sort of combination or multiple characters, but clean on the back. Very, very, very neat. When he first emerged from his cave and confronted the other citizens of McDonald Land in 1970, he expected everyone to be frightened. The opposite turned out to be true, and no other character is more beloved. Ronald's Purple Pal loves McDonald's shakes in all flavors. So super fired up about this. It has to be one of my best non-sport cards now. I think this, I'll have to check again. It might be a pop. I think it's a pop 2. I think there is another 10. And I think that other 10 might be listed on eBay right now, actually, if you go look. But yeah, fired up about this. Really good order. Again, this will be the keep for sure pile. This will be the hybrids. So let's just kind of take a look. We've got those two. That's a great pairing. That's a really good pairing. We've got Travolta in the mix, upgrading my coolest of the cool. And then we've got the Marshmallow Man here. So really strong. We got 4 very solid PC cards coming back. And then we've got some, you know, a nice stack to sell. Some pretty affordable cards over there if anybody wants them. And then we've got a nice group of hybrid cards as well. That one I'm pretty sure I'll keep. But super stoked on that Snoopy, Jessica Rabbit in the 9, and then the Muppets, the big 10 on the Muppets card. If this was a different character, I don't even know who Sweetums is, to be completely honest. So hopefully somebody that really appreciates the Muppets will get that one. But these 3, I definitely would be not mad about holding. So, but yeah, that's it for today. Appreciate you watching the video. Hope you enjoyed this return. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Later, everybody.